As I go into it, I'll just share with you. So bossing is counterproductive. It erodes the trust and respect. Telling people what to do without consideration for their input breeds resentment. In some societies, they want you to tell what to do and they'll do it. Okay, they want it like that. In other settings, it is two-way. Okay, respect is two-way street. In some setting, respect is one-way street. If you ask them, then you lose respect in certain segments of society, certain setups. Damages relationship. Bossing, ordering people around is not the way to build strong collaborative relationships. This breeds an us versus them divide rather than a productive team dynamic. So this relational leadership style is for teams, where you go in the team leadership setting, mainly in corporate settings, among educated people, peers who are equals. So there we form a team, and there's a team leadership where there is two-way input. Whereas in many other settings which are non-corporate, which even in government settings, it's always top down. No one is going to give the power or the authority, and they're going to just binge on that any time necessary to get things done. So third reason, in this setting where we defined it, a team setting of peers, leadership is better than bossing, because bossing will stifle initiative. When people are constantly given commands, they stop thinking for themselves. This diminishes their sense of ownership, makes them dependent on instruction, and prevents them from developing problem-solving skills. So if your aim is to develop a sense of ownership in the participants, develop their problem-solving skills, then you can use this model. But if you do not want them to develop any sense of ownership, but you want them to just obey, get the job done, then there is no need for a relational leadership model. You can use the command and control model. Next thing, bossing is counterproductive is because it kills creativity. Okay, a bossy atmosphere doesn't allow for new ideas or experimentation. What you're expecting is, why don't you just do it? Okay, that's what they expect. There's no time to explain. There's no reason to explain. He's trying to keep power. He's trying to exercise his authority over the people working below. And in such settings, it is not a question of creativity. It is a question of just getting the job done with minimum friction and interaction. But that's not the setting for relational leadership style. Next, we are getting a leadership style of bossing is negative work environment. For team leadership, this is very, very bad. People will not like being in a team setting where there's lots of bossing and a negative work environment. Whereas this will not be a negative work environment in a setting where they're expecting you to boss. Okay, so that is the most important thing. So next we'll move to the downside of bossing. So in a team leadership setting where the best form is relational leadership model, the downside of bossing is decreased productivity, reduced engagement, poor problem solving, high attrition rates, and damage to employer reputation. So you can see, if these are your concerns, productivity, engagement, you want the people working to solve the problems, and lower attrition rates, and to improve the reputation of the company or organization, then bossing is a very bad strategy. Whereas in many government settings, government offices, bureaucratic institutions, that is the way to go, because productivity is not the aim, engagement is not the aim. You're not expecting problem solving from them. You're going to solve the problems, they have to come to you. You have to create a need for yourself among them. And high attrition rate, doesn't matter, no one is going to go out of a government setting very easily. And damage to employer reputation, doesn't matter. Government office is a government office, and bureaucracies are bureaucracies. They don't care about the reputation or public image from the employee, because they're coming there to work for different reasons, or long-term pensions, etc., not for productivity. So, as you can understand, the context of relational leadership is in a team. Better push forward will be a leadership type which is relational, seeking collaboration, focused on emotional intelligence, focused on goals, guidance, not micromanagement, recognition and reward, not stealing the recognition but giving the recognition, and open communication, allowing genuine communication to flow, and choosing people who can adapt to these settings. So that is how we are going to deal with a leadership. You have to know the setting, because there's no one model which fits all the settings for leadership. So you have to learn where to apply what. So you have to know a different types of leadership to be applied to different groups of people based on the expectations. Otherwise, it will not be good. So as you started in the church setting, there is no doubt. Not so with you. You cannot be bossing around there. Among the family of God, among brothers and sisters, it is going to be servant leadership motivated by love. Okay, otherwise, it's going to be whatever works. And in that setting, you should be wise enough in a secular setting to know what works, whether it's a team or a hierarchical setup like a hospital or army or police. And things will move, have to be adapted, adapt our leadership style according to the setting and the people involved. So thank you for joining. It's the first live leadership webinar. I'll be trying to make more webinars, and I'll help you to learn things in a slow way. This will be available, and you can watch it again whenever you want in my Instagram profile. Thank you for joining. God bless you.